Have you ever had a career page that looked like this? If you're watching this video, it's safe to assume that we both have gone through the same thing. Losing streaks happen very often and it leaves you helpless sometimes. Today, we're gonna change that. It's time to avoid these losing streaks and ensure we do our best to get a green carpet. So without further ado, let's turn you into a W gamer. Before we discuss what to do to stop these red carpets, we need to better understand how it even starts. Commonly, these huge losing streaks are referred to as the term tilt queuing, which means trying to grind out ranked on an unhealthy mindset. While this may sound very logical, don't queue on a bad mental, yet it's one of the most common things to happen to a Valorant player. In short, it all starts with you losing a few games, probably because of a frustrating reason. Then it keeps going from there. One of the main reasons toxicity is all over Valorant ranked is tilt queuers. Somebody on a losing streak cannot handle it anymore, running it down every round until the game is lost. An endless loop. Now that we know how it starts, how can we stop this from happening? Is there something that we can actually do? The answer is definitely yes. We will give you the best tips that even professional players use to avoid these long losing streaks. These tips you can take as rules for your next gaming session. Apply them and see what type of difference it makes. First off, take a 5 to 10 minute break between every game you play. This will help you take time to reset your mental and ensure you're prepared to go through another ranked game without lashing out. In those 10 minutes, we recommend that you drink water, stand up and do something nice. Maybe change your room lights, grab a snack, or put on some nice candles. Those are really small details that if you pay attention to, it might make a big difference. The environment around you is always important. Secondly, hold steady. When you queue for a ranked game, chances are you'll run into a very frustrating round. Nobody likes to get thriftied. Staying put will help you pull through the challenges and obstacles of every game. Be the motivation. Tell your team it's okay and keep a positive vibe. Don't give up. Comebacks are very real and we're sure you've seen some before. Thirdly, think. You need to know what's going wrong in every game, otherwise your losses will not reward you anything. Losing costs you elo, but it helps you learn what to fix or improve on. After every round you lose, pause for a moment and think about what went wrong, on a personal and team aspect. This analytical type of thinking will help you even progress faster than you would ever imagine. As a fourth and last tip, make sure you play some deathmatches in between your ranked games. Even if you're warmed up, try to squeeze a deathmatch here and there. Some pro players do that and it's reported to be quite effective at upping your performance sometimes. In addition to that, don't forget to set a limit for your losses. Sometimes it's just not the day to grind, so don't force it out. For example, some players stop after having 3 losses in a row to avoid going on a streak. You don't have to stop playing for the entire day, but you definitely should go do something else or play another game then come back to try again. There is one constant factor in all of your games. Take a wild guess and tell us what you think that factor is. It's you. In every game, you get different teammates and different enemies, but you will always be there. That means that in order to get a constant value in your games, you need to focus on yourself in the first place. So what can you do to bring the most value out of yourself? That's what we'll answer for you now. Consistency is a very hard thing to achieve. We all have our days off and sometimes there's no escape from that. You'll have to become friends with the fact that one day you will wake up and your hand will refuse to move as you want it to. Also known as a bad aiming day, but we'll give you the most important tips that will increase your chance of staying as consistent as possible. Number 1. Fix your sleeping schedule. Many professionals and experts already approve of the fact that sleeping is one of the most important things that can directly affect your performance. If you care about how you perform and how you feel during your day, make sure you do not under or oversleep. It's recommended that you sleep 6 to 8 hours a day. However, many aiming professionals say that 6 hours is their ideal sleeping time. Number 2. Warm up before playing. Going straight into a ranked game with no previous warm-ups or preparation is not bravery. It's more like a death wish. There are many talented players that don't really need to play much before they're ready, but you still need to perform any sort of warm-up before queuing. Normally, the range and deathmatch will do you quite well. Some professional players like Fnatic Alphager plays 20 deathmatches before his ranked games. Number 3. Stay hydrated. As a gamer, you're definitely not hydrated enough. It might not seem as important to you, but staying hydrated can be the night and day difference in your performance. Your brain needs you to stay hydrated in order to function at a top level. And in a game like Valorant, you definitely need that extra edge of performance by just simply drinking enough water. Number 4. Stop changing your settings. A big mistake many players keep doing without realizing the bad habit they've created is changing way too much when it comes to settings and routines. If you're having a bad day, that has nothing to do with your settings. You need to take accountability and try to improve on your weakness, rather than look for an easy way out by changing settings to become better. This creates a really bad habit of not taking responsibility or noticing your weaknesses, and will often cause you to be extremely inconsistent. That is not what we're looking for. As we mentioned previously, we're all gonna have bad days in which we struggle to perform. But even then, there are many things to do to keep up our performance and hopefully score the win. Number 1. Crosshair placement. Most likely you'll not aim that well on a bad day, but you can still spark the passive aiming skills that can still very easily carry you. And by that, we mean crosshair placement. Ten says that on a bad day, you need to rely on crosshair placement to get kills. Overall, relying on that will help you become better and more consistent, as flicks and flashy shots are not what you should be aiming for. It's very easy to hit shots if you're focusing on placing your crosshair in the right place. Number 2. Team plays. When you're having a bad day, it would be way more effective for you to play off teammates. This way you don't have to rely on your aim, meaning you probably can still get value even though any struggles you may have. This can be anything from setting up baits to creating a coordinated executed plan. Number 3. High sense. If you're a high sense player, it would be way harder for you to perform on a bad day. High sense have a larger skill ceiling and it's very hard to stay consistent with. According to Ten's advice, don't lower your sense. Instead, try to play like a low sense player. In other words, try to be very slow with your mouse movement in order to achieve precision and nothing else. This might help you be able to perform up to standard even if you were struggling. Since it's very important to keep improving and understanding the game in order to achieve higher levels, we've dedicated many of our videos to that topic. If you're interested in learning more about how to bring that green carpet to your career, feel free to click the video shown on the screen. If you enjoy our content, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.